So, we are here in DeVoid community organized tournament. It's the lower bracket, it's semi-finals, I believe, best of one still, which means winner goes to the finals against the Moon. I don't remember his clan name, which is a Zerg player, and that will be interesting matchup which we will follow up yet next. But now we have Golden Aura LE, on which we have Lutrax in the red color suits on the right bottom corner playing Terra, and we have Mr. Heroes Alpha in the pink suit playing Protoss. Previously we followed Relax, now we followed Alpha from the losers brackets, and we will see who gets to the finals, and hopefully we have interesting games, because Alpha already pretty much solved, I believe, 2 or 3 already. He played one Protoss versus Terran, and he solved another one Protoss versus Terran before that, so he's kind of onto the topic. He's sending a probe to scout. The beginning of the game is pretty much boring. Alpha goes for pylon, gateway, natural expansions, cybernetics core, and Terran player goes for Reaper. Unfortunately, this one doesn't know Alpha, I guess, or unfortunate for him. We know Alpha very well, he likes to block that. And he's sacrificing his probe once again to a Reaper. Excuse me, we'll need to switch off things. So, Reaper got a kill, there is barracks number 2, and there is reactor on barracks. So it looks like some kind of bio play from the Terran player so far. Meanwhile, Alpha is going for the warp gate, still hasn't built any more gateways, only has one with the Stalker coming up, which is pretty unusual. Yes, the Adept is usually the answer because Reaper is quite fast, but he doesn't have a ledge to jump from, at least not over here, so he has to either stay in main. Alpha is sniping, and Alpha sniped him down, or go throughout the natural. So Alpha has successfully sniped by denying the ledge. He has won also the Reaper. Lutrax, the Terran player, builds a bunker, defensive bunker. He goes for 3 racks opener. He's going for tech labs, 2 of them, which means that he's going to have research stim, and I believe health packs, right? Oh no, he's going for, yeah, he's researching Steam, but he's going for Marauder. The Marauder I didn't wait. So what will be the second research? There is an Adept from Alpha coming up. There is Robotics Bay and one more gateway building from Alpha while he's checking out what the Terran has. There are no defenses here, so Alpha is sending his Adept, and he's sacrificing it because there are like 6 Marines and 1 Marauder, but I believe he got a mule. Whoops, sorry, that was not supposed to happen, my bad. Not this supposed to happen, I'm misclicking the buttons, sorry, my bad. This is the button I wanted to do. Excuse me, my bad. We'll black screen this. Nevertheless, yeah, so Lutrax is going for full bio, and he's building a factory. There is a Phoenix, hallucinated Phoenix here, scouting out what the Terran player is doing. What the Alpha is doing here, he's building 2 gateways for a wall-up. He's starting Immortal, and he has a Robotics Bay on the way. So he is planning to go into the Colossi, but for defense reasons, I guess he's going Immortal. Now he goes for Observer. He cancels. and he goes straight up for Colossi. So Colossi needs the thermal lens upgrade, and Lutrax is moving out with 4 Marauders, and I believe that's 12 Marines. There is health packs, steam, there is concussive shells coming up. So let's see what's it gonna be. Alpha uses a force field to defend him. He pops the Colossus pops. Steam is used, but there is no medivac, so nothing to heal Lutrax right now or this bio army. I believe no buildings were killed, only exchange in some resources were done. Alpha goes for another Colossus, goes for research of the extended thermal lance. Meanwhile, Lutrax is going for +1 attacks on his bio, 2 medivacs, and he's building reactor on the factory. Interesting, what will be his idea? He's building the 3rd base, so is Alpha. So he builds a reactor on the factory. So what's the idea here is the question. Is this pretty much being made for another starport to start pumping out Vikings versus the Colossi or not? There is Twilight Council being finished in the Alpha side, and there is research of +1 armor, charge lots, and extended thermal lances getting done. Lutrax is going for armory. Is it one? Yeah, 1 armory, another NG bay, and he's going for +1 armor. There is quite a big bio army. The 3rd is close to finishing. Looks like he's going for mines, which is quite okay choice, especially against charge lots. But if the charge lot attacks your army and the mine is targeting that exact charge lot, then it will do a friendly fire, so that the Lutrax has to keep in mind if he plans to place those mines there. In the same time, he can load full medivac full of mines, drop that in main base while he's poking with his main army. The army supplies is right now is in advantage of Lutrax by 1 supply. The worker advantage is for Alpha right now. What's the upgrades? Well, there is +1 steams, health packs, concussive shells, like full bio upgrades, and +1 armor coming up for Lutrax here. Meanwhile, Alpha is going for Archons, High Templars, and Storms. He finished the Templar Archives, that is. And only upgrade he will have is +1 armor, and he's going for +2 armor. Interesting choice. Interesting choice indeed. 3rd base is being placed. There is 1 mine being sent in a lonely medivac to natural base, I believe, of our Protoss player. And Alpha is attacking. Charlots, 3 Colossi, 2 Archons, some force fields. And unfortunately he loses his army. There are some Vikings starting to come out, and I believe 1 or 2 Colossi survived by recall. Did the mine do any damage? I don't know about that. Unfortunately didn't follow up for that. But there is the medivac. Maybe that was on all army hotkey here called back towards the army when the attack started. Mine is here. While the attack is happening, there is storms landing on the bio. And there is mine. I don't see where it is. There it is. It has 1 kill. So while this attack takes place, there is a mine which took care of... where the heck is 4 kills? Probably here, no? Yeah, probably here in the 4th. Now there is 3 more workers done by this mine, and there is medivac just standing over here. up, but Alpha has countered the attack, the push from our Terran player. Terran goes for +2 armor, he has built Ghost Academy, he goes for Ghosts for the EMPs to get rid of the shields of the Zerg, of the Protoss player, which means that he will disable the energy of High Templar, which is providing the Storm, which is strong, and shields for Markons, which is pretty much most of their health, like 90% of it. Meanwhile, Lutrax is going for 4th base, building a lot of Vikings, some Ghosts, and he's sending one Medivac to harass Alpha with it. Alpha, meanwhile, is getting his port base. He's overfloating a lot of minerals, though. He's not building army. And he's in supply block. He's going for double robo. What that means, it will be like more Colossi or some Immortals. There are the Stalkers. I believe this is +2 armor, no? No, that's +3 armor already coming up from all here, while Terran player goes for +2 attacks, +3 armor, and invisibility for ghosts, or cloaking ability for ghosts. 4th base is, 4th command center is pretty much getting finished. There are some mech upgrades also going on. It's like air weapons and vehicle armor. Alpha tries to go for 5th, but there is already a bunch of Terran. He is making 2 fronts, so he will attack with Medivac with this small group, and Medivac from this side, and the big army attack comes from this side. Medivac goes down. Unfortunately, all the Medivac goes down, but the Terran player, meanwhile, attacks the 3rd. There are the Storms. So Alpha managed to recall his army and got the Storms out. Unfortunately, that's a slow warping because the Nexus is gone, so... And there is Disruptors getting done on the field. So Alpha is transitioning out of Colossi, which Lutrax has built so many Vikings for, including some upgrades like air weapons and vehicle armor, exchanged from Colossi into Disruptors, which then makes the Vikings useless, or they have to land for attack, but there are Stalkers already. High Templar with Storms. 2 Liberators have been built here, unfortunately. But first, Disruptor Ball has been thrown, and there is another. And this one gets nice hit. This one gets very nice hit. So fight continues, there is no supporting. And Alpha transitions back into 2 Colossi, which is kind of smart, because now there will be Liberators, which are good, but they are not, if they do not have the fusion core and upgrade for range, they are not outranging the Colossi. Meanwhile, Lutrax is sending 2 Medivacs to do a harassment on the left side of map, dropping mules for his port base, which he is turning into the planetary. Wow, this is the 5th base of the Alpha coming up. There are 2 Colossi being made, there is one already out, but unfortunately the scan doesn't confirm. Or maybe he did see that, I am not sure about that. There is Warp Prism here, located. For run-bys. And Alpha is already in the place of the Terran player. There is one more Medivac going on the right side of map for harassment, and Terran scans once again to find out what kind of troops Alpha has. He has Colossi, so obviously Vikings are being built to counter Colossi. One more Medivac is being sent on the right side for harassment. This one has stopped to check out the vision. There are some bunch of zealots waiting for possible run-by, but there are no bases to run by. Looks like Lutrax Medivacs did jump onto or run into the army of Alpha. There is one more medivac which is AFK right now. So is two more over here. They are not doing anything, but there are big liberation zones here protecting the 4th base and planetary also. EMP did hit the shields of Stalkers. Meanwhile, Lutrax is sending this to attack. The storms didn't land yet. Also, the disruptors didn't shoot a ball. There is only one photon cannon protecting this base. Alpha did move here. This is the Zealots. There are the Zealots. There's War Prism full of 3 Dark Templars flying around. EMPs just took down the energy of High Templars and did hit more shields. And this squad is attacking the 4th base of Alpha, and the 4th base Nexus goes down. Alpha didn't do any defenses, but he has sent in 3 Dark Templars. Unfortunately, there is Vikings already waiting, so that's good for Terran player. He's already getting rid of Dark Templars, and Zealots attacking the natural will be gotten done with the rest of the party. Stalkers are getting rid of the Liberators in the 4th base. There are 4 Colossi dealing with the Terran army. Disruptors can shoot balls constantly, and that's a strike. That was a big hit, but unfortunately shields are removed and Terran player is running over our Protoss player. I believe Terran has +3/+3, while Protoss has only +1/+3. No, +2/+3 for Terran player, but Protoss has +3 armor, +1 attacks. Chargelots might be getting rid of that Colossi army, although his possibility to shoot concussive shells is quite a nasty one. 3 disruptors on the production tab and Marauders. This hit squad is still dealing with the top side of the map, or with the 4th base of Alpha, and going to drop into the main base, which has pretty much nothing. He's recalling his army to his main base, while Terran player is beelining all the troops onto this side to the 6th base, or now the 5th of Protoss player. Alpha is getting in some Stalkers, both sides protected by Stalkers, and he's shooting down the attack squad from the Terran player. So there are 3 bases mining. Both still have quite a big enough army, but Lutrax is like 60 supply ahead. Some of it is hidden in the Vikings, which are here to counter Colossi, but there are no Colossi. Lutrax is using his EMPs quite well, so High Templar lose their value terribly. 3 more disruptors joining the fight. Bio army of Lutrax is overstimmed. Disruptor almost killed his Alpha's own Chargelots. There is no 5th base, or the 5th base is finished. Yeah, I was saying that the 5th base is not existing right now for Terran player, but there it is. So both of them technically are on 5 bases. It's 20th minute mark. Jesus Christ. I'm sitting here in the dark. I have no time to turn on the light or anything. Lutrax once again is preparing hitting squad. His army is consisting of 7 medivacs, and 2 of them already are sent to the top side to once again get rid of this base, which was 4th, and now I believe it should be recalled the 6th. There are some Chargelots going for run by, and Alpha has prepared some Archons. Unfortunately, the EMPs will hit them. Okay. So both run by, so attack squad is in upper corner and he's moving in the 6th. Zealots are not moving anywhere right now. No, they are not. They are moving, but they will run into the planetary. Oh boy. High Templars took down the energy of something. That was a strike. That was a nice hit from the Disruptor over there. One more. Fantastic hits from Disruptors from Alpha here. And he can summon more, and there is pretty much no army left for Terran player. Planetary got rid of the Zealots, but this hit squad and upper 6th corner for 6th base will come in and get rid of it. Once more. Alpha is checking if there is a gold base. He's recalling his army. He managed to recall it. Unfortunately, most of the hit squad gets out, but also the 6th base gone down once again. Liberator going in for harassment. Yeah, Alpha is going for +3 attacks and making a Void Ray behind. Interesting. He's taking a gold base also, which would be like 7th base. There's no gas mining happening over here. And Terran is going into mass liberators. He has flyer weapons +3 coming up, and he's building mass liberators, so he might be harassing the Protoss player. Maybe that's what it's for. There is no transition, unfortunately. Huh. Alpha decides to build Phoenixes. He has built Void Ray and he decides to build Phoenixes. That's a good transition, I believe, for getting rid of Medivacs and Liberators, but the EMPs are still a thing, so that's going to be painful. There is probes dying. There are probes dying. I don't know where they are dying. It's Liberator somewhere? I don't see it. 7 probes have gone down. There's this is this Liberator over here getting rid, but the Terran army is up here. It's being awaited by a little squad of Alpha for the gateway units, but unfortunately not enough. So 6th base once again go down. Heat squad once again attacks the main base. There are 2 Phoenixes trying to get rid of... I guess those 2 Phoenixes were supposed to be there for killing the Medivacs. Moon, thank you very much for following me. You are waiting for this game to end and see who you will have to play against the next, right? It was supposed to be fast, but who was expecting that there's gonna be 25-minute game of Terran versus Protoss? These guys are doing battling their hearts out right now. Storms go down. Planetary is under attack. Terran army wasn't here yet. Now Protoss has spent all the cooldowns and all the energy for the planetary. Oh no, there is still one storm here, which softs down the Terran squad. There is one more squad here, but it's not attacking the Nexus at the gold base. And there is one more base mining for Terran player. So Terran technically is on 2 bases right now, plus this base can be taken down by Terran player also. And Alpha is trying to deny as much command center as possible, but there are more Terran army troops joining in. Warping of Zealots. No production for our Protoss player, unfortunately. He doesn't believe in shield upgrades. And what's the use if there is EMP? That's true. Takes down some of the army of the Terran player, but Terran player is on 112 army supply, and there is 40 army supply for Protoss. You're almost not able to see me, I'm just looking at the lights of the screen. Unfortunately, that's the case until this game is over. Liberators are harassing the probes, so mining is denied or being Yeah, being denied for a moment. Stalkers trying to get rid of the Liberators. But I believe these Liberators are out of reach, so he will lose a lot of Stalkers here. And there are more Libs coming up. So Alpha needs to think a way to get rid of all that Libs plus the Terran bio. Libs in big mass is very good against air units, so there are big liberation zones over here. EMP goes down and the Terran player gets rid of half of the army of Alpha. Well, it looks like Alpha has given up. He has like, no, he has 70 army supply. He's sending his run-bys towards the Terran bases, but Terran is going for his 5th, now the 3rd or 4th, and going to dig into his bases, while Liberator is protecting against the Zealot attack and Stalker attack. The army of Alpha is trying to go for the head of Terran player, which is a good idea when you are like maxed out, but not in a base trade situation. Unfortunately, yeah, Lutrax is not moving his army for some reason. He's busy microing his units at the home base, but this might be GG for our Alpha, for our Protoss player. Although this Nexus is still finished, but there is Liberator getting rid of all the probes spawning, and this is only mining base for our Protoss player. Still army is moving around. There is some mining happening here behind the planetary, and there is some mining happening here, but the army supply is like 7 times as big for the Terran player, plus he has some bank already extra. He can rebuild some units already, so even if it's a base trade, Protoss player has no shot in getting out of it. Still Liberators here, some buildings here. Terran is made to push into the rest, but he drops BM mules in face of Alpha and kills off the last army of Protoss player, and that's a GG. So Alpha lost, and Lutrax wins the game and goes to the finals of the Division 2 tournament.